Good morning, Cherokee. I'm your host, Walter Dunn, and this is the CHS News. Our word of the week this week is tolerance. It's when I better just show you what it is.
So, who was the first president of the United States?
Zettel.
Zettel? So, that one, it might have been a little difficult, but let's try this one. How do you spell cat?
K-A-T? T?
Even though you got those all wrong, I think we can work with that and we can turn you into a great student. So, let's start again.
Okay, thank you.
Now, I love donuts, but I have trouble deciding between Dunkin' Donuts or Krispy Kreme. I should really look at the facts.
Donuts were first created in 1847 by Hanson Gregory and have become an American favorite ever since. Then in 1937, Krispy Kreme was founded. 13 years later, Dunkin' Donuts was established. But how are these two different? Krispy Kreme donuts have enriched bleached wheat flour, dextrose, vegetable shortening, water, sugar, soy flour, egg yolks, vital wheat gluten, yeast, and non-fat milk. Dunkin' has less than that: yeast, milk, flour, butter, sugar, salt, and eggs. Let's compare the two. They both, ironically, have donuts and coffee. Although Dunkin' Donuts has way more food and drinks, Dunkin' Donuts and Krispy Kreme are both great restaurants. But which is better is up to you.
That was sweet, but so was homecoming. I know I had a blast. But for those who couldn't make it or didn't want to come, here's what you missed.
Cherokee High School's homecoming this past weekend was a success. With a night of fun, food, dancing, and more. If you didn't go to this year's homecoming, you missed out.
What you shouldn't miss is our football game this Friday. Here's Vinny with more.
What's up, Warriors? If you didn't already know, this Friday is our last home football game, which means it's your last chance to come out to Tommy Baker Field and support your favorite football team. Seniors, make sure to come in your togas. Hope to see you guys there.
Thank you, Vinny. Now, if you excuse me, I gotta go study for midterms.
The deadline for midterms is here now. This is your last chance. Here is what you need to do. Check your grades and any missing assignments. Make a checklist. Talk with your teachers. Don't stop working. Remember, don't postpone.
Midterms end tomorrow? That's a scary thought. Speaking of scary, October is the month of spooks and scares. Just like how there are different types of candy, there are also different types of horror genres. Take a look.
It's spooky time, Cherokee, and we at the CHS News have a new weekly segment for you for the month of October. This is Horror Movie Countdown. This week, psychological.
First on the list, Psycho. This classic was released in 1960, and if you don't know it, you should. Norman Bates and his mom run a hotel named Bates Motel. Norman's mom gets married to a guy named Joe, and out of jealousy, he kills the both of them.
Jealousy? Alright, that's kind of weird.
Anyways, he developed DID, where he dresses up and acts like his mother.
Alright, now I'm just uncomfortable.
Everything was fine until he met a girl named Marion, and she shows up at the motel, and it all went downhill from there. Next movie on the list, Saw. This 8-movie franchise is all about escaping from deadly traps set up by none other than the Jigsaw Killer. Some traps are more deadly than others, and if you really think someone is getting out, most likely, they're not going to. Before our last pick for this week, we'd like to mention some honorable mentions.
Clockwork Orange and the Blair Witch Project.
Now for our last movie, American Psycho. This movie takes place in 1987 in New York. Patrick Bateman, a young urban banker, lives the secret life of a serial killer at night. He kills quite the multitude of people, the majority being women. He continues to escape the punishment he deserves, even though he confessed.
Well, speaking of peeing my pants, I need to go, let's just cut this short. I need to go find some paper towels or something.
Well, okay. See you next week for another thing of Horror Movie Countdown.
Thank you for tuning in to our show. If you like what you saw, make sure to follow us on Twitter at CHS News Tweets and on Instagram at Warrior_News. I've been Walter Dunn, and I'm here wishing you a wonderful Wednesday.
I love that show. Today's show, the CHS News, was really great. It was brought to you by the letter T. Yeah, that's T like TED Talk. See? That's it. Buy a ticket. Ha ha!